Hi, everybody. I'm Cody, and I'm here today to give you three specific facts, one of which is a lie, and you need to determine which one that is based on the information that I will provide for you. Let's start with a little background knowledge. I'm 23 years old, and I've lived in Pittsburgh my entire life. I've always loved sports. Can you really blame me? And because of that, I've always been very competitive. I've played baseball, basketball, football, hockey, and I still play golf to this day. But ever since graduating high school, I've had to find new ways to keep my competitive spirit going. Along with that, I still continue to find the time to be a full time student working on an associate's degree in business, as well as working several jobs to make ends meet at home. I've always been a workaholic, and as you can tell by my hair, it's caused a whole lot of stress. But with my very busy schedule, it's tough to work a 9 to 5 job, so I've chosen to work full time hours, but they vary greatly week to week with the job I've chosen to continue to work. As I mentioned before, I hope my competitive spirit will stick with me forever, and in order to do so, I've used the gym to challenge myself to be better than I was the day before. Competing against myself did not bring the same intensity out of me, so I found new ways to keep it going. The last 2 years, I joined my friend's father's bike team to compete in the Race to Any Place, a fundraiser held at Heinz Field every year for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. The training that we put in leading up to the race has reawoken my spirit and gave me the edge I needed not only to win the race, but to win the fundraising as well, and we have done so both of the years I have participated. Because of this newfound glory for myself in competing in this race, I have now chosen to compete in a rowing competition for diabetes as well. And just as we did in the bike competition, we came in first place in the race and the fundraising. I hope to participate in both of these events for a very long time. Moving on to the next big part of my life is my work. Outside of school and the commitment it takes to compete in the rowing and bike competitions, I find myself limited to the choice I have to choose from. Over the last few years, I have found the next best thing since sliced bread. It's driving Uber. At first, I didn't believe the hype and was skeptical of the pay and the possible risks with working for Uber, but a friend of mine who lives in San Francisco convinced me to give it a shot, and since then, I have never looked back. The flexibility in hours and the fact that you can pick up and go, drive, which is relaxing activity already in the eyes of many, and make great money while doing it is phenomenal. Some days are better than others, and the pay isn't always guaranteed to be the same on a weekly basis, but it is much easier to budget around that than it is previously trying to work school around a full-time job. Uber has been a blessing for me, and as I mentioned in the introduction discussion board, I am planning to move to San Francisco next year. And wouldn't you know it, Uber is located and founded in San Francisco. It looks like I'm set to begin working right away. Last but not least is something that I hold very dear and close to my heart, my tattoos. From the time I was 16 until now, 7 years and counting to be exact, I have been getting meaningful tattoos related to special events in my life, mostly life-changing moments. I started with one on my arm when I was 16, and my dad had to sign for it because I was so young. And once I turned 18, I got several more working on a half sleeve and part of my chest. My most recent tattoo is of an owl, and it spans the gap between my chest and my arm, which has now turned into a full sleeve. From my wrist up and across my chest to the opposite side, I am covered with artwork of 3 different artists, all of whom are great and have given me a lifetime of artwork to keep with me forever. I am sure in the upcoming months and years I will continue to add to my collection as I find my path through life, which I hope all of you will do as well. Sometimes a tattoo can be thought out over many years, or sometimes it happens in the spur of the moment. I've had both. With each one comes its own fabulous story, and each one I hold a different place in my heart. As you all think and decide of which of my 3 facts are true and which is the lie, I wish you good luck. Who am I kidding? I hope you're all wrong so I can get the bonus points. Thanks for watching.